Good day everyone. Now we will be discussing about Realia as an educational tool. So now, let's define first what is Realia. From the word real, Realia refers to any objects that we found in our everyday life as an aid in teaching. So it also refers to any real objects that a teacher, even as a future teacher, use as for the students to bring the class into the reality. So in teaching Realia is very important because nakakatulong ito sa mga teachers and students na mas maintindihan nila ng mabuti at mas ma-deliver ng maayos yung lessons na itatakal ng teacher. It helps students to really understand what the teacher trying to explain because they're showing the real things or the real object that is related to the topic in order to the students to understand very well the topic. Realia also very important lalo na sa mga visual learners. Kapag ka kasi visual learner ka, mas naiintindihan mo yung topic or yung lessons na itinuturo. Kapag we actually see the things that our teacher is pointing out. So, some examples of Realia that the teacher can use in teaching. These are the photograph, menus, brochures, receipt, maps, movies, television, shows, commercials, and etc. Lahat yan ay ginagamit ng teacher as an aid in teaching to fully understand or to make it easier for students to understand the specific topic. So, next. According to Chirantano 2005, he defines Realia as the actual objects or items which are used in the classroom, for example, in language classes, to teach vocabulary or to serve as an instructional tool that aid language acquisition and production. It makes vocabulary and language more meaningful and concrete to the learners. It allows the language learners to see, hear, and in some cases even touch the object. So, for example, kanang magtudlo kag elementary students or kanang young learners kung what is animals, what is clothing, or what is fruit. So, mag-use kag actual objects na gamiton or ipakita nimo sa imong students. For example, kanang tay animals, pieces of clothing, or plastic fruit. Using that, mas dali ma-identify or ma-understand sa usa ka students kung unsa imong gusto ipasabot sa ila. For young learners, is very useful tool in making the abstract concrete. Other example kay kanang gusto nimo i-introduce sa imong student ang lugar nga Canada. So ang gagamitin mong actual object that related sa topic nimo is you can use Canadian flag or you can show map of the world kung saan banda yung Canada, or you can also use photographs of Canada. What Realia allows us to do is to create a picture of the country, which is the Canada. Just like I've said earlier that using Realia as an aid in teaching, it makes easier to students to fully understand the topic or the lesson. So now let's proceed to the next slide. Reasons why Realia should be used in the classroom. So we have 4 reasons. First, Realia provides the learners hands-on experience. Yes, some students are kinesthetic learners, and they like to to touch the material or object by their own hand, so that they can perceive the information and understand more while using their body. So when you bring Realia inside the class, you help the students to understand by performing physical activity, to learn something instead of just listening to a lecture or watching demonstration. Realia provide first-hand or direct experience for the learners, just like if you bring a real example like plans or tools. So you make the learner to handle and study these things directly. Second, Realia brings a welcome change in the class as in after writing or reading task. It means that using Realia in the classroom, it brings a welcome change in the class as a break from the usual class activities like reading and writing. Now, using Realia in the classroom, you're just not making your students to read or write, but also you encourages students to participate and have fun. And that makes it more memorable and easy to recall information. Third, students can have the opportunity like using maps and asking for directions in a foreign language, but with the guidance of someone who speaks fluently and will help them get it right. It means that using Realia, it also helps students to improve their English vocabulary, just like example here, using maps and asking directions in a foreign language. It makes students to explore and learn new things like learning some new foreign language. That is, boost their confidence in speaking the language with locals. So last one we have students will clearly understand the reason they are learning a particular lesson component. It means that using Realia in the classroom helps students to comprehend the purpose of the lessons or what the teacher was attempting to explain. It makes it simpler for them to comprehend the subject matter completely. So that will be all. Thank you for listening.